Winter tickets can throw at you in all manner of different weathers. I need to share with you a session that I've encountered on mine and why it's worth getting one for your local water. Let's go and get the kit out of the van and I'll talk you through it.
These bags are the bruise in the sand. I hope it all works out. Fire is the spirit and the soul. Don't hold, let's move it. All of these hands can reach out beyond the body of the host, I swear. So roll over, roll over. This shit ain't over, no, no. Roll over, roll over. This shit ain't over, no, no. So roll over, is how they expect me to play.
Everyone that watches my videos know that this isn't my normal type of venue, being a bit more busier and more commercial. But when a winter ticket came available for Wintons, I jumped at the chance, as there's a couple of £50 commons in here that I really wanted to have a go at. Being so close to work, it'd be stupid not to, as it had 5 months of endless fishing, a shower, a tackle shop, and all the essentials you need to make winter a breeze. You have 3 lakes on site. You have herring, mallard and kingfisher, 2 of which offer a good selection of fishing for everyone, and then there's only one reason and one lake I'm interested in, and that is kingfisher. Winter tickets can be hard work and a bit of a risk, as you never really know if they're going to be fishable through the colder months, but get it right and the rewards are there to be had. It's been a tough ticket for me this winter since the first session when I got it right. This lake is known to be quite difficult, and it's small, tricky, intimate little venue, and it's deep as well, so it's never going to fish well during the winter. But there has been a few guys that have been getting it right and been catching the majority of the fish during the days, but I've only been able to do overnighters, so sadly I've missed out on a bit of the action. Let's take it back now to mid-October when the winter ticket started. I jumped on the night before knowing that the lake might get busy, and when I woke in the morning it was very strange weather for this time of year. It was really hot and I could see that the fish were up in the layers really early as well. So I started introducing a few mixes, and before I knew it they were up there troughing on the surface. So I run back to the van and got my sawn off and a loaf of bread. Deadly combination. And when I come back, it literally took a couple of casts and I was into my first fish. I knew it was a good fish, but I didn't realise that it was one that I really wanted to get. I've been looking at pictures of this fish for years now. It's a fish called Effers, normally around 40 pounds, but I had it at 39 and 13, so a couple of ounces under, but I'm not complaining. It was an amazing fish, absolutely incredible condition as well. After I returned Effers, I could see that there were bigger fish feeding a bit further out, so I had to go back to the van again and get my 12-foot 2-pound surface rod and put a controller on, and this gave me the distance to get out to where the fish were. And I couldn't believe what happened next. The beast, the fish that is the upfront common, the one I most desired to catch, was on the end of my line. Beast.
Oh, look at that. Cool.
Fucking hell. He's gonna beat me up in that. Right, it's my first trip at Wintons, and it's been a banging day for a fish off the surface. Had one earlier at 39.13, and then this one at 49.2. Absolute monster. And it's the middle of October and we've got 2 off the surface. Never forget your floaters. Not bad for the first day on here. The elusive one as well, it's got missing. Buzzed off this way. I'm gonna have to put it down for a second. Might just quickly give her a dip, mate.
Oh, that's good.
Right, I'll do it here. Right, let's give it back. That's a shot. Recording?
Yeah.
Right, I'll give it a one.
Shot. Yes, bruv. Well done, mate. Get it.
Nice.
I need to tell you a story quickly of how I landed the upfront. It gave me the most horrendous battle you've ever had, and I couldn't believe what happened next. After it gave me a massive run around the lake, which it did. It locked my back up, my arm, everything. And when it eventually went over the net cord, I gave out a massive sigh of relief and, you know, put the rod down, put the net down. Next thing I know, the fish has gone ballistic, straight through the mesh. And I just looked at the bloke who helped me land the fish, and we both were absolutely gobsmacked. I thought this 50-pound common had just swum off, went through the mesh like it wasn't even there, and swum off without even letting me have a picture with it. You can imagine what was going through my mind. But thankfully, the line started picking up, and so I had a second chance. I had to re-thread the rod through the hole in the mesh, and I was back in contact with it to fight it again. But luckily, I got the bloke who came and gave me a hand. He went round and got his net, so I went in there and then we double netted this fish to make sure that didn't happen again, because that was one hairy moment and probably one I will never forget. My good session didn't end there. I didn't really concentrate fishing the bottom at night. I've just fished zigs, you know, as the fish were in the upper layers. And then the next morning I got up and just carried on doing what I'm doing, surface fishing and roaming around, because this lake doesn't really see a lot of this, so you know it's a bit alien to them, and it's, you know, it all works in your favour at the end of the day. The next fish was a fish called Droptail at £35 3 ounce. Again, another one of the 18. Beautiful, absolutely immaculate fish again, and I caught this one on the sawn off with a bit of bread off the surface. Check it out.
Nice. Right, after that hectic day yesterday, got up early, got the mixes going back out, and wasn't in the water more than 10 minutes, and caught another one of the lake's gems, 35.2. Another absolute chunk. This lake's being kind to me. That looks pretty nasty, doesn't it? Made up with these fish. Nice to get mirror now.
Yeah, that's it. Lovely fish.
That's it. Sweet.
I thought that was the end of that session for me. It had all gone quiet out in front. There was no fish. They'd moved off, obviously, so I gave my swim a little bit of a rest and had a mooch around the lake, and I come across most of the fish all tucked up away in this little bay called Bill's Corner, and I think the majority of the lake stock was there, literally all sitting on the surface. A few moved off though, a couple of big ones, so I've got to run back to the swim, got my sawn off, loaf of bread, camera equipment, unhooking mat, and I've moved around there for a couple of hours, and I managed to get them going again on the surface, but this one fell to a bit of slow sinking crust. Another fish that was £30 bang on, another common, and just this session just did not get any better. Couldn't believe it, and what a way to finish.
Right, as you know, this is my first session on Kingfisher Lake, and that's something I've always wanted to do, but I just did not realise quite how good it was going to be off the surface. We're middle of October, no one does it, and this is my 4:30 this session. Well, 30 plus. Another absolute unit. Cool. Beast. Who says you can't catch them off the surface in October, eh? What a red letter session. I will never do this for as long as I live again. Best take it in. I'll just show you the other side. I know the light level's a bit poor, but we have to make do. Not quite sure what this fish is, if it's got a name or anything, but again, another absolute brute. Let's get a bang.
So if you've got a lake that's close by to you that offers a winter ticket that you've always wanted to fish, then jump at the chance, because you never know when your luck's in, and it's well worth the money if you end up with a session like I had.